Greg, thank you for joining us.
Lori, it's good to be here.
You know, it is hard to say exactly what happened at that Sweetwater home back in February 2023. The accounts from witnesses and investigators, as laid out in court documents, suggest 4 men turned up. They demanded something. The encounter turned violent and 2 people wound up dead. One of them, a 2-year-old girl, the other, a man believed to have shot her. So, Greg, our question for you is, how does a grand jury charge the girl's mother, Sophia Sloan, with first-degree murder now 2 years after this all happened?
As we all know, grand juries are controlled by prosecutors, and in this case, prosecutors have made a dramatic change in the prosecuting decision. The mother, who was the victim who tried to protect her 2-year-old daughter, Elena, from a home invasion, 4 armed men coming to the residence wanting a white substance. A fight ensued. She grabbed a metal pole. Shots were fired. She retreated with her daughter in the bedroom. 5 men were charged. 4 shot. 2 died, including 2-year-old Elena, very tragically. And they were charged. First-degree murder, robbery, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. But 2 years later, they have flipped the script, and now the mother has been charged with felony murder by means of aggravated child abuse and neglect.
Explain how that works.
Well, when you see a dramatic change in a prosecutorial decision, typically it's one of 3 things. One, the defendant victim's own words have inculpated them. Basically, they've talked. Sometimes a co-defendant has decided to cooperate and flip as trial dates approach, or the forensics have come back, DNA. So, you know, all too often we rely on smartphones, we rely on rain cams, but when you have just the old-fashioned eyewitness testimony, it's unreliable. Studies show the most unreliable evidence in a criminal courtroom is eyewitness testimony. Lori, the brain is not a video recorder. It deals with emotions, flashes, your neurosynapses get involved in a fight or flight syndrome. Also because of bias. Sometimes you have a tendency to protect yourself, to overinflate or minimize things that you see. So in this instance, something changed dramatically.
Clearly something did, and we'll find out in court.
We'll find out in court.
Got to ask you real quick, I didn't mean to interrupt you. First-degree murder compared to second-degree murder or another charge, where does this stand? Let's talk about first-degree murder in this case.
First-degree murder's 52 years. It's a premeditated knowing killing of another. Second is just a knowing killing. But this individual is charged with felony murder, which does not require a specific mens rea, as long as the state proves one of the triggering offenses: robbery, aggravated child abuse, neglect, rape, etc. So she's facing felony murder, much more difficult to defend, but a dramatic change in the prosecutorial strategy and a very unfortunate case.
At the heart of it all, a little 2-year-old.
And the questions remain.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg. Don?